Doctors warn older women 99% lose balance. Due to these 8 mistakes you can avoid. If you've been tripping more lately, it's not bad luck. It's these 8 daily mistakes. They destroy balance faster than you think. Fixing them is simple, but most skip the last one. And that's the danger. Silent shifts. Let's start with the most insidious mistake. The one that creeps in so subtly you might not even recognize it until it's too late. Ignoring the micro moments. You know, that little lurch when you stand up too quickly, the unexpected bump into a doorframe you've walked through 1,000 times, or that split second where you felt your ankle give way only to catch yourself just in time. We often brush these off, don't we? Oh, I was just clumsy, or my mind was somewhere else. We laugh it off, make a self-deprecating joke, and move on. But these aren't just innocent slips. They are your body's quiet whispers, early warning signals from your finely tuned balance system, and ignoring them is mistake number 1. Think of your balance like a complex orchestra. Your inner ear, your eyes, and the tiny sensors in your muscles and joints, your proprioceptors, are all playing together, sending constant feedback to your brain about where you are in space. When one instrument starts to falter, even slightly, the whole symphony can go out of tune. These silent shifts, these tiny stumbles, are precisely that, a single instrument playing a wrong note. They indicate that your proprioception might be dulling, that your vestibular system, which controls your inner ear balance, might be getting a little sluggish, or that your reaction time is just a fraction slower than it used to be. The insidious part is that your brain is brilliant. It tries to compensate, to overcorrect, to make up for the slight deficit. It creates new, often less efficient movement patterns, turning a minor issue into a potential long-term problem. This compensation masks the real issue, making you feel fine until a bigger challenge overloads the system. So, what's the actionable habit here? The novel insight 99% of women miss. It's not about waiting for a big fall. It's about micro-awareness. It's about becoming a detective of your own body, not in a hyper-anxious way, but with gentle, curious attention. Every day, take a moment to intentionally feel your balance. When you stand up from a chair, notice the shift of weight. When you walk, pay attention to the contact of your feet on the ground. When you reach for something on a high shelf, feel how your body adjusts. If you notice a tiny wobble, instead of dismissing it, acknowledge it. Ask yourself, what did that feel like? Was it my ankle, my knee? Did my head feel light? This isn't about being critical, it's about gathering data. One incredibly powerful habit is to incorporate a balance check-in into a routine task. For instance, every time you brush your teeth, try standing on one leg for a few seconds. If that's too challenging, just shift your weight slightly from side to side, really feeling your feet. This isn't a strenuous exercise, it's a sensory recalibration. By consistently paying attention to these small moments, you train your brain to stay engaged, to interpret those subtle signals, and to strengthen those neural pathways before a small issue becomes a big one. It's like tuning your orchestra daily, ensuring every instrument is perfectly aligned. This simple, conscious act of observation can be the most powerful, proactive step you take, keeping your body's internal navigation system sharp and responsive. The sound sedentary trap. Now, let's talk about something many of us believe we're already doing right, moving enough. Oh, I'm active, you might say. I walk the dog every day. I do my errands. I even garden. And that's wonderful, truly. But here's mistake number 2, the subtle yet profound error that keeps 99% of women in the balance danger zone. Believing that general activity is enough to maintain dynamic balance. The truth is, it's not. Most of our daily movements, even walking, are highly predictable and occur on stable, flat surfaces. They don't challenge our balance in the ways it needs to be challenged to stay resilient. Imagine a world where everything is perfectly flat, perfectly predictable. Your muscles, your inner ear, your brain's coordination centers, they get lazy. They don't have to work hard to anticipate uneven ground, to react to an unexpected bump, or to stabilize you when you quickly pivot. This lack of varied, challenging movement leads to what I call the sedentary trap of the active. You might be active, but you're not dynamically active. Your muscles, especially those crucial, small, stabilizing muscles around your ankles, knees, and hips, begin to weaken. Your brain's ability to quickly process sensory information and send out rapid corrective signals slows down. This is rooted in biology. Our bodies are designed for constant, varied movement. When we limit that variety, we lose capacity. It's not just about muscle strength, it's about neuromuscular coordination, the lightning-fast communication between your brain and your muscles. The novel insight here, the habit that truly makes a difference, is to consciously introduce balance challenges. And no, I'm not suggesting you climb mountains overnight. Start small, start gentle, but start different. One powerful habit is to incorporate dynamic movement snacks throughout your day. For example, while waiting for the kettle to boil, try standing on one foot for 10 to 15 seconds, holding onto the counter if needed, then switch legs. Or, when walking across a carpeted room, try walking heel to toe for a few steps. When you're at the park, instead of sticking solely to the paved path, venture onto a slightly uneven grassy area for a few minutes. Another fantastic and often overlooked tip: practice getting up from a chair without using your hands. This engages your core and leg muscles in a way that regular walking doesn't. If that's too much, just hover your hands over your knees, ready to assist, but try to use your legs first. These aren't about strenuous workouts. They're about sending novel signals to your balance system, forcing it to react, adapt, and strengthen. By constantly asking your body to make tiny, subtle adjustments, you keep your proprioceptors sharp, your muscles responsive, and your brain's balance circuitry finely tuned. This isn't about running marathons. It's about making your everyday environment a training ground for stability. Mere footwear follies. Now, let's pivot to something we all interact with every single day, often without a second thought. What's on our feet? Mistake number 3, and it's a big one that contributes significantly to balance loss in older women, is a surprising one. Consistently wearing inappropriate or unsupportive footwear. You might be thinking, my favorite slippers are so comfy, or I can still rock these stylish low heels. And while comfort is key and a little style never hurt anyone, many of our beloved shoes are actually silently sabotaging our stability. Consider your feet as your direct connection to the ground, your primary sensory input for balance. They're packed with thousands of nerve endings that constantly send information to your brain about the surface you're on, the angle of your foot, and the pressure points. This constant feedback loop is crucial for maintaining equilibrium. When you wear shoes that are too loose, like floppy slippers, your feet have to work harder, gripping with your toes, which creates an unnatural gait and reduces sensory input. Conversely, shoes that are too restrictive, too high, or too flat and unsupportive can equally disrupt this vital communication. High heels shift your center of gravity forward, forcing your body into an unnatural posture and putting strain on your ankles. Even flat, thin-soled shoes can be problematic on hard surfaces, as they offer little shock absorption and can lead to foot fatigue and pain, which in turn alters your walking pattern and compromises balance. And those worn-out sneakers with no tread. They're just an accident waiting to happen, robbing you of vital traction. The biology here is clear. Poor footwear disrupts the biomechanics of your entire kinetic chain, from your feet all the way up to your spine, affecting joint alignment and muscle activation patterns essential for balance. So, what's the actionable habit, the overlooked insight here? It's about becoming a footwear minimalist with maximal support. This isn't about sacrificing style entirely, but about making conscious, informed choices. Your new habit is to perform a shoe audit and embrace the Goldilocks principle for your everyday footwear. You need shoes that are just right, not too tight, not too loose, not too high, not too flat. Look for shoes with a wide, stable base, a low heel, 1 inch or less is ideal, and good arch support. The sole should be non-slip and provide adequate cushioning. And here's the novel tip: pay attention to the flexibility of the sole. You want enough flexibility for your foot to move naturally, but not so much that it offers no support. Try twisting the shoe in your hands. If it twists like a wet rag, it's likely too flimsy. Another crucial, often missed point: wear different shoes for different activities. Your walking shoes should not be your gardening shoes, and your house slippers should not be those old, worn-out models that make you shuffle. Invest in a pair of supportive, non-slip indoor shoes if you spend a lot of time at home. And when you're out and about, prioritize function and stability over fleeting fashion trends. By giving your feet the correct support and sensory input, you empower them to do their job properly, anchoring you to the earth with confidence and significantly reducing your risk of a stumble. This is one of the simplest yet most effective changes you can make. Did the vision blur? Let's talk about another sense, one we heavily rely on for navigating the world and whose subtle decline can have a devastating impact on our stability, our vision. Mistake number 4, and one that trips up 99% of older women, is either neglecting regular comprehensive eye exams or conversely, becoming over-reliant on visual cues while other balance systems quietly degrade. You might feel your vision is good enough or that your current glasses are fine, but there's a deeper truth here. Our eyes are incredible. They provide us with a constant stream of information about our environment, where the floor is, where obstacles lie, how fast we're moving relative to our surroundings. This visual input is one of the 3 main pillars of balance, alongside our inner ear, vestibular system, and the feedback from our muscles and joints, proprioception. As we age, however, vision can subtly change. Depth perception, peripheral vision, and contrast sensitivity can all diminish, making it harder to spot a curb, distinguish between surfaces, or navigate in low light. What's more, conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration can sneak up on us, gradually blurring our world without us always realizing the extent of the impact. The brain again is a masterful compensator. It tries to fill in the gaps, often by relying more heavily on the visual system, which can actually make us less adaptable when visual cues are limited or misleading. This creates a vicious cycle. As vision declines, we depend on it more, making us more vulnerable when it's compromised, like walking in the dark or on an unfamiliar surface. The novel insight here, and the actionable habit that's rarely discussed in depth, is to not just check your vision, but to actively diversify your sensory input for balance. Of course, regular comprehensive eye exams are non-negotiable. That's your baseline. Ensure your prescriptions are up to date and discuss any visual changes, no matter how minor, with your optometrist or ophthalmologist. But here's the game changer. Don't let your eyes be the only thing you trust. Your new habit is to practice sensory integration exercises. A simple yet profoundly effective habit. Find a stable surface, like a kitchen counter, and hold onto it gently with one hand. Now, try standing for 10 to 15 seconds, first with your eyes open, then with your eyes closed. This forces your brain to rely on your vestibular system and proprioception. You'll be surprised how different it feels. Start with just a few seconds, gradually increasing the time as you feel more confident. Another tip, when walking indoors, occasionally glance down at your feet and then quickly look up at your destination, training your eyes to quickly reorient. This isn't about being blind. It's about ensuring that if one sensory system is momentarily compromised, e.g., you walk into a dimly lit room, your other systems are strong enough to pick up the slack. By consciously training your brain to integrate information from all 3 balance pillars, you build a much more robust and adaptable internal navigation system, protecting you from the unexpected and making your vision a powerful partner, not a sole reliance in your quest for perfect balance. Das was the medication maze. Let's delve into an area that can feel overwhelming, a landscape often dictated by well-meaning professionals, yet one where our vigilance is absolutely paramount: our medications. Mistake number 5, and one that is alarmingly common among 99% of older women experiencing balance issues, is not proactively reviewing or understanding the potential balance-impairing side effects and interactions of their prescriptions. We trust our doctors, and rightly so, but the reality of modern medicine is polypharmacy, the use of multiple medications simultaneously, and with it comes a complex web of potential issues that can directly impact your steadiness. Think about it. Many of us are on several different medications for various conditions: blood pressure, cholesterol, pain management, sleep, anxiety. Each one has a list of possible side effects. Individually, these side effects might seem minor, but when you combine 3, 4, 5, or even more drugs, their cumulative effect can be a powerful cocktail directly targeting your central nervous system, affecting your blood pressure, or even dulling your cognitive function. Antihistamines, sedatives, antidepressants, certain blood pressure medications, diuretics, and even some over-the-counter remedies can cause dizziness, drowsiness, lightheadedness, or gait disturbances. The scientific basis is clear. These drugs can interfere with neurotransmitter function, impact blood flow to the brain, or alter fluid and electrolyte balance, all of which are critical for maintaining good balance. It's not just about obvious drowsiness, it's about subtle shifts in reaction time, impaired judgment of distance, or even temporary drops in blood pressure when you stand up, orthostatic hypotension, leading to that terrifying feeling of the room spinning. So, what's the actionable habit? The novel insight that can truly make a difference? It's not about stopping your medications, absolutely not. It's about becoming an informed medication advocate, OAS. Your new habit is to schedule a dedicated medication audit with your primary care physician or pharmacist at least once a year, and ideally, whenever a new medication is introduced. But here's the crucial, often overlooked part. Don't just ask, are there side effects? Ask specific questions. Could this medication or the combination of all my medications cause dizziness, lightheadedness, or affect my balance, especially when I stand up? Are there alternative medications with fewer balance-related side effects? Is there any medication I'm taking that might be at a higher dose than absolutely necessary? Bring a written list of everything you take, including supplements, over-the-counter drugs, and even herbal remedies. Describe any instances of dizziness, near falls, or unsteadiness you've experienced, no matter how minor. This isn't about second-guessing your doctor, it's about being an active partner in your health. By proactively engaging in this conversation, you empower yourself to identify and mitigate risks that might otherwise go unnoticed. This single habit can uncover hidden culprits behind your balance issues, leading to adjustments that significantly improve your safety and confidence. The hydration haze. Let's talk about something incredibly simple, something fundamental to life itself, yet something 99% of older women unknowingly neglect, leading directly to balance problems: consistent, adequate hydration. You might think, I drink coffee and tea all day, surely that counts. Or I don't feel thirsty, so I must be fine. This casual approach to fluid intake is mistake number 6, and it has profound consequences for your steadiness and overall well-being. Dehydration, even mild dehydration, is a silent saboteur of your balance. Your body is composed of over 60% water, and every single system, from your brain to your muscles, relies on it to function optimally. When you don't drink enough, your blood volume decreases. This means less blood is pumped to your brain, leading to that telltale lightheadedness or dizziness, especially when you change positions, like standing up quickly. This phenomenon is known as orthostatic hypotension, and it's a major fall risk. Beyond blood volume, water is essential for maintaining electrolyte balance, which is crucial for nerve impulses and muscle contractions, the very mechanics that keep you upright. Even a slight electrolyte imbalance can impair your neuromuscular control, making your movements less precise and your reactions slower. Dehydration also affects cognitive function. You might feel foggy, less alert, or have difficulty concentrating, which further compromises your ability to assess your environment and react swiftly to avoid a stumble. The biology is undeniable. Every cellular process, every organ system operates less efficiently when you're not adequately hydrated, directly impacting your brain's ability to coordinate balance. So, what's the actionable habit? The novel insight here. It's not just about drinking more water, but about embracing proactive, patterned hydration. Your new habit is to make water consumption a non-negotiable, integrated part of your daily rhythm, not an afterthought. And here's the key: Don't wait until you feel thirsty, because by then you're already in a state of mild dehydration. A fantastic, often overlooked tip is to front-load your hydration. Start your day with a large glass of water, even before coffee. Keep a visually appealing water bottle or pitcher within arm's reach throughout the day. The sheer visibility acts as a constant reminder. Another trick: set alarms on your phone to remind you to drink a small glass of water every hour or two. Don't try to chug a huge amount all at once. Consistent, smaller sips are more effective for absorption. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a few berries to your water to make it more appealing if plain water isn't your favorite. Remember that while coffee and tea contain water, they can also act as diuretics, so they don't count ounce for ounce towards your hydration goal. Aim for clear or very pale yellow urine as an indicator of good hydration. By establishing this simple, consistent habit, you ensure your blood volume remains robust, your electrolytes stay balanced, your brain stays sharp, and your muscles are primed for optimal function, dramatically reducing those dizzy spells and bolstering your fundamental steadiness. This small change has a monumental impact on your overall vitality and, critically, your balance. Askyide nutrient void. Let's turn our attention to what fuels our bodies. The very building blocks of strength and stability, our nutrition. Mistake number 7, and a silent culprit behind balance issues in 99% of older women, is unknowingly operating with a nutrient void, particularly in key vitamins and minerals vital for bone, nerve, and muscle health. You might genuinely believe you eat pretty well, but modern diets, even seemingly healthy ones, can still leave crucial gaps, especially as our body's absorption capabilities change with age. Imagine your body as a magnificent house. Good balance requires strong foundations, bones, sturdy beams, muscles, and a finely tuned electrical system, nerves. Specific nutrients are the essential materials for all of these. Take vitamin D, for instance. It's not just for bones. It plays a critical role in muscle function and strength. Low vitamin D levels are directly linked to muscle weakness, which dramatically increases the risk of falls. Then there's vitamin B12, essential for nerve health. A deficiency can lead to peripheral neuropathy, a condition that causes numbness or tingling in the feet, making it incredibly difficult to feel the ground beneath you and impacting your proprioception. Calcium, magnesium, and potassium are also fundamental for muscle contraction and nerve impulses. When these essential nutrients are lacking, your body's ability to maintain structural integrity, send rapid neural signals, and execute precise movements is compromised. This isn't about feeling tired, it's about the very mechanics of staying upright being undermined at a cellular level. The science confirms that age-related changes in digestion and metabolism often mean we need more of certain nutrients, even as our appetites might decrease, creating a subtle but dangerous deficit. So, what's the actionable habit, the truly novel insight here? It's not just about a generic healthy diet, it's about strategic nutrient targeting. Your new habit is to actively ensure you are getting optimal levels of the big 3 for balance: vitamin D, vitamin B12, and calcium, along with magnesium and potassium. And here's the crucial, often missed point: diet alone may not be enough, especially for vitamin D and B12. Start by prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods. For vitamin D, think fatty fish like salmon, fortified dairy, and safe sun exposure. Discuss with your doctor. For B12, look to lean meats, eggs, and fortified cereals. Calcium comes from dairy, leafy greens, and fortified plant milks. Magnesium can be found in nuts, seeds, and dark leafy greens. However, the novel insight is to discuss targeted supplementation with your doctor. Many older women, despite good diets, benefit significantly from a high-quality vitamin D supplement, often 1,000–2,000 IU daily, and potentially a B12 supplement, especially if you're vegetarian, vegan, or on certain medications that interfere with B12 absorption. Ask your doctor for blood tests to check your levels. Don't guess, get tested. This proactive approach to filling your nutrient gaps acts like reinforcing the foundational structures of your body. By providing your bones, nerves, and muscles with the precise fuel they need, you directly enhance their ability to support your balance, making you stronger, more responsive, and incredibly more stable from the inside out. Six environment hazards. Finally, let's talk about the space you inhabit most often, your home. Mistake number 8, and one that silently threatens the balance of 99% of older women, is complacency about the safety of their immediate environment. You know your home like the back of your hand, don't you? Every creak, every step, every familiar piece of furniture. That familiarity, ironically, can blind us to the hidden hazards lurking in plain sight, turning our sanctuary into a minefield for falls. Think about it. That loose rug by the armchair, the tangled electrical cord behind the lamp, the dimly lit hallway you navigate at night, the shower with no grab bars, the cluttered pathway from your bed to the bathroom. Individually, these seem minor annoyances, but combined, they create an obstacle course that constantly challenges an already aging balance system. Your brain is trying its best to compensate for subtle declines in vision, proprioception, and reaction time. But when the environment itself is actively working against you, it's a losing battle. The science of fall prevention is clear. Environmental modifications are among the most effective interventions. Tripping hazards aren't just an inconvenience, they're physical manifestations of potential injury. Poor lighting prevents your eyes from adequately assessing depth and obstacles. Lack of support in wet areas like the bathroom makes critical transitions incredibly risky. Clutter demands constant, precise navigation that fatigues your attention and increases the likelihood of a misstep. We often become so accustomed to these elements that our brains filter them out as normal, ignoring the constant minute adjustments our bodies are making to avoid them, until one day the adjustment isn't enough. So, what's the actionable habit? The truly novel insight that many overlook. It's not just about tidying up, it's about performing a proactive home safety audit with fresh eyes. Your new habit is to walk through your home, room by room, specifically looking for fall hazards as if you were a stranger, a detective looking for clues. And here's the key, often missed. Bring a trusted friend or family member with you. A second pair of eyes, unbiased by years of familiarity, can spot things you completely overlook. Start with your pathways. Are they clear of clutter? Are electrical cords secured? Next, check your flooring. Remove all loose rugs or secure them with non-slip backing tape. For lighting, ensure every room is well lit, especially hallways and staircases. Consider motion sensor night lights for the path to the bathroom. In the bathroom, the most dangerous room, install grab bars in the shower tub and next to the toilet. Use a non-slip mat in the shower, and critically, check your stairs. Ensure handrails are sturdy on both sides and there's adequate lighting. Another powerful, often ignored tip: organize your most frequently used items in easy-to-reach locations to avoid excessive bending, reaching, or climbing on stools. By systematically and proactively eliminating these environmental hazards, you create a safe, supportive living space that works with your balance, not against it. This isn't about making your home sterile, it's about making it smart, making it a foundation of security that empowers you to move through your day with unshakable confidence. My dear friends, we've walked through 8 crucial, often overlooked mistakes that doctors warn are silently stealing your balance, your confidence, and your freedom. But here's the powerful truth I want you to carry with you. You are not powerless. Every single one of these mistakes is an opportunity, a chance to reclaim your stability, to re-engage with your body in a way that truly matters. From becoming a detective of your own micro-wobbles, to challenging your body with dynamic movements, to nurturing your feet, diversifying your sensory input, auditing your medications, hydrating purposefully, fueling your body strategically, and finally, making your home your fortress of safety. These aren't just tips, they are habits that will transform your life. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making small, intentional choices every single day that collectively build an unshakable foundation for your future. Imagine moving through your days with a renewed sense of confidence, knowing you've actively taken control, that you're defying the statistics, living vibrantly, and embracing every moment without the lurking fear of a fall. Your independence, your joy, your ability to truly live. That's what's at stake, and that's what you're reclaiming. Which of these 8 habits are you going to start first to protect your balance and freedom? Drop your choice below. Let's inspire each other.